Hello, I'm David Picciuto, the Drunken Woodworker. I'm going to do a little weekly video on what's going on, what's happened in the past week, not only with me, but in the woodworking community. Since I'm not actually woodworking, I'm going to have a few drinks. Now, what I plan on doing with this, quick, what's going on in my shop, what's going on in other people's shops. Since I'm the Drunken Woodworker, I might also do a little beer review in there as well. I'm what you call a beer snob. I don't drink like Budweisers and Miller Lite. My average everyday go-to beer is Yuengling. I'm usually into the craft beers, independent beers. I'm not going to review the Yuengling today. It's a pretty common beer as long as they have distribution in your state, which we just got it here in Ohio about 1.5 years ago. What's going on in my shop? Not a whole lot. It's been cold as hell here in Toledo the last few days. We're talking like -15, -40 wind chill. And my shop is in the basement, and that means it's a little too cold to do anything. When you can't feel your fingers, don't cut wood. I put out a video earlier this week on my finishing technique. It's my go-to technique for finishing small boxes and stuff. A blend of mineral spirits, it's not really finished, polyurethane, and boiled linseed oil. So go check that out. I bought a new lathe. A few days ago. It should be here in the next week. I'm not a turner. I don't know anything about lathes. This is a bowl I made in 1994. I think that's like 20 years ago in high school. That's the last thing I made on a lathe. I got a Jet 1221 VS. I don't know a whole lot about turning, so I need to start diving in and learning some things. My buddy Sean, he's going to come over here and give me some pointers. Shannon Rogers suggested via Twitter that I check out a book called Elementary Turning, which was written in 1923. It sounds exactly like something Shannon Rogers would recommend. If you don't know him, he is the Renaissance woodworker. I saw this yesterday as I was preparing some things for my website. I'll do a little search for Norm Abram and the New Yankee Workshop. That show's been retired for like 2 years now. If you go to the newyankeeworkshop.com, you can buy the entire 21 or 22 seasons for $3,000. Yeah, on DVD for $3,000. Now, for that much money, you would think no one would come over to your house and hand deliver it to you while showing you how to use a pen nailer. Steve Ramsey of Woodworking for Mere Mortals suggested that they should put up all the shows on YouTube for free and create a revenue stream from the ads. There's already a ton of the episodes, if not all the episodes, up on YouTube illegally. $3,000, little too much for me. Tom over at Tom's Workbench, he's got a new poll up this week. Have you made any New Year's resolutions about woodworking? I'm not a big resolution guy. I did make a little mental note that I am going to try to do more art. I want stuff that hangs on a wall, sits on a shelf. I want to do more art pieces. I got this thing that I'm working on. I've been collecting knots in walnut, trying to do like a little series of all these knots. I'm also a photographer, so I'm going to try to make some frames that kind of interfere with the photograph. Maybe interfere is the wrong word. Interact with the photograph, so some unique frames. So I'm going to try to do more art in 2014. Check out that poll over at tomsworkbench.com. Steve Carmichael at the carmichaelworkshop.blogspot.com has come up with a unique idea of taking drumsticks and turning them into pens, like turning them on the lathe. I believe it was Vic Firth, the maker of these drumsticks. They picked up on his story, or he sent it to him or something, I'm not sure, but they posted it, and I believe he's gotten a lot of orders through his Etsy account. They're pretty cool. I'm not really a drummer. I play sometimes. We have 2 kits in the house, but my girlfriend, she is a drummer. So these are some of her drumsticks that she has laying around. I just thought that was a great idea. Hi, Kelly. At Woodworking for Mere Mortals. Steve Ramsey posted a nice video of shop cabinets, and he says shop furniture is some of his biggest, most watched videos. So I'd go check that out. It's a good video. We all need more. We all need more space to put our stuff. Chris Wong over at Flair Woodworks is starting a shop stool build off. This starts on January 25th. This is from his website at flairwoodworks.com. The idea of this build-off is to have a group of woodworkers simultaneously build a shop stool and share pictures along the way. If you're not familiar with Chris Wong, his stuff is gorgeous. Just absolutely beautiful. He's a great designer, great woodworker. And I can't wait to see the stool that he's going to build. I think I signed up for it. I suggest you sign up for it because we all need shop stools. I signed up for it. Hopefully I have time to do this. Right now my shop stool is a drum throne. I hate it. I do not like it. The seat always pops off. It's not a good shop stool. I have a couple ideas in mind. Doing mine out of a sheet of plywood. If I follow through with it, I will post the plans up. There's a new Wood Talk podcast this week called Going for the Jugular. That was the only woodworking podcast that I saw come out this week. That's pretty much it for this episode. I'm still working on the format of how I'm going to do this, but what I do want to do is do a little section where you submit questions to me, and I will answer them on the air. You can do so by submitting them at david@drunkenwoodworker.com. You can also submit a video question and just send me the YouTube link, and I'll post, or I'll play your video and try to answer it. Now it can be about woodworking, about beer. That's not a beer. This is a beer. It could be anything. I just want to have a back and forth conversation with everybody. You can ask me about some of my techniques or what I'm doing. You could ask me to show you some of my new tools. Whatever. Ask me what my dog's name is. So submit your questions to david@drunkenwoodworker.com. So that's it for this episode. I'm David Picciuto, the Drunken Woodworker, and I will see you next week. Oh, don't forget to visit thedrunkenwoodworker.com. That's good. That's real good.